Hey y'all! After almost a month of fearing the worst from June's balance update, it's finally here. They promised substantial nerfs to fortifying perforate and invigorating crits, among other things, but only provided a few specifics before the actual release. Small potatoes first, there are changes to the invigorating combo portion of Cyclone. As far as I can tell, this is just a tooltip update to indicate its 2-target limit on the stamina gain. But since Cyclone would almost always proc the previous version of invigorating crits, this limit wasn't really consequential. The other small change is to evasive maneuvers, which previously gave us a 20% dodge cost reduction as long as we had hit something in the last 2 seconds. Now it only discounts the next dodge, which makes overdodging a lot more punishing. As far as my Fortify-centric solo build goes, the Fortifying Perforate perk is substantial, but I can't see it changing my gameplay. Since its value as a weapon perk is down to 18% armor per stack, that makes it less of a loss when putting it on a piece of armor instead, at least by comparison. Doing that opens up more options for a spear with pure damage perks or with enfeebling skewer, especially in content like M2s and below where debuff resilience isn't as strong. Where this update really stings is the change to invigorating crits, from flat stamina gain with each crit to a brief buff to stamina regen that's hardly noticeable. This doesn't just feel different, it feels awful. Combat in general has felt pretty sluggish since the Season 5 update, with the cadence of displacement and staggers from enemies feeling a little bit off, so more dodge scarcity really doesn't improve that experience, it just makes it worse. It's true that the old spear's ridiculous amount of stamina generation made it very unchallenging compared to other weapons, but it was also a hell of a lot of fun, and it felt like it enabled a fast-paced, dodge-centric playstyle when soloing. So even though these nerfs aren't enough discouragement for me to try something completely different, they're really disappointing. At least for more casual content, I've been playing Spear with the Artifact Rapier as my second, which I didn't include in my Season 5 update, so I'm mentioning it now. Right now it's mostly an accessory for the extra damage done to bleeding targets with both weapons, but I'll sometimes preface a Perforate with a Flurry, since it's basically a free shot with its perk. My favorite Rapier skill is actually Riposte, but since Season 5 launched, I've noticed staggers and displacements occurring with an awkward cadence, or at least in an order I disagree with, to the point that I'll successfully riposte an attack only to get shoved back far enough that my counterattack and its stun both miss. That being said, I can still get behind Flail as a good secondary for the same reasons I've been saying for the past year, but Rapier feels like a good counterbalance to the damage nerf in Heavy, so I run that whenever I can. All in all, I'm not expecting these changes to impact my ability to casually solo M1s, but M2s and up might be a different story. Like everybody else, I think I'm way more concerned with whether or not the June announcement is going to be enough, but I guess we'll know in a few days, hopefully. I'm optimistic to a fault, so I can put up with nerfs, with long-term bugs, and with constantly delayed fixes, as long as there's content coming down the road. Anyways, I know I haven't been as active on the New World side of things while we wait for actual content to be announced, but I hope these little solo Spear updates are still helpful. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.